Right, I'm back. Yeah, Chevy, I think there was something weird with my video before. Hopefully it's going to be better now. We'll see. Right, we'll see. That's so fucking annoying that I died. It's my own fault, but I kept hitting the engine and the boat didn't sink. I think it was because it was hung up on the walkway, right? Which is why the boat wasn't going to go anywhere, right? But I was like, why is the boat not sinking? So I reloaded and fired again. I was like, I just couldn't understand why it wasn't sinking. So I got so hooked on the fact that the boat wouldn't sink that I fucking stayed, you know. It was really annoying. But anyway, I shouldn't have done. I should have moved on, obviously. But it was just really confusing me that the boat wasn't sinking. So I stayed and tried to fucking sink the bastard. Right, it's actually working better now as well. My shadow play is working, which will probably help. We'll see how it goes. I know this sounds stupid, but instantly it feels better. I've only just got in, but it feels smooth as fuck. Which is positive news, because it was absolutely fucking shocking before. It feels like way better. It feels really smooth again, and it's not all jittery and horrible. So we'll see. Are you on the optimal route? Slider Mike, if the optimal route is getting geared up and then stupidly getting yourself killed, yes, I'm always on it. The optimal route's on Deer Isle, and this is Chernarus, so I guess it's not really possible. My loot's out there. Not far out there it is. Hey Cabello, you're right, dude. Am I playing on an OLED monitor? Yep. Merlin, I'm using the most up-to-date game-ready driver as advised by my PC maker, PC specialist. Let's not talk about tech, please. I'm trying the most recent game-ready driver because PC specialist has advised me to try it, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, the optimal route for the dude that I killed. What the fuck is going on there? He must be away towards the next thing. I don't know. I'm going to loot these ones. Oh, it's so much smoother. Holy shit. That restart has made a hell of a difference. I think probably where I tried to change my G-Sync settings. And I'd also turned shadow play on and off. And whatever has caused it, something was causing jitters. But now it's fucking so different. Which at least is good. Compass in a military base, that's handy.
Hello, hello. Hope you're well, my man. Keep doing what you do.
Cheers, Bulldog. Thank you very much. Thanks for the support, dude. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. How the mighty has fallen. Small change. What are you talking about? If you're talking about my views, I've just stopped the stream and restarted, but I don't know. I don't know what you mean about how the mighty has fallen. But yeah, thanks for coming in. I'm doing great, by the way. I hope you're doing well. New account? No idea. Mods didn't muck around with that dude. I am pretty mighty though. I am mighty. My underpants are pretty mighty. They have to hold in a lot of stuff. Right. No. Oh. That's pretty good. Oh, that's cool. We've got a radio. We can do the quest. Fuck. I'm so annoyed at that. Was such a stupid death. It was my own fault. I'm afraid I'm a bit like that. I'm a bit like a kitten with a ball of string or something. But if I'm trying to sink a boat and for whatever reason the boat won't sink, then me getting the boat sunk is more important than me living because it starts to annoy me. It's just, I don't know how, it's just the way my brain works, right? Kept putting bullets into the engine and it didn't feel like the boat was sinking, and that seems way more important than anything else, and it's never going to change. It was really irking me. I couldn't get my fucking head around it. I think it had sunk. Tony, the new patch is on experimental. It'll be live when it's ready, dude. They said 4 to 6 weeks, so a few weeks away yet, maybe. They said 4 to 6 weeks when they dropped it on experimental. Are Twitch Prime subs not announced? They are, Majestic, but you have to type a message in. So if you renew with Twitch Prime, there's no message because you've not done an alert. If you renew your sub with Twitch Prime, then nothing happens until you then get prompted in the chat to type in a message. You type in your resubscription message, send it, and then that sends the alert. Who the hell is using aircon in March in the Northern Hemisphere? I am a little bit in here, Chunder, just occasionally. I've got it off at the moment, but I'm in a fairly small room, like 8 by 6, and with the PC on, it gets pretty hot in here. You know, it gets pretty hot, like an office can get pretty hot. So occasionally I run it, but not very often. It's been on for like 5 minutes a couple of times today. Assuming you're still here there, Majestic. Thank you for resubbing, though, by the way, if the alert hasn't come up yet. But yeah, when you manually renew with Prime, it doesn't create an alert. The alert is created when you type in your message and send it. God, this is so much nicer smoothness-wise. It's great. How warm is it in England? It was about 16 Celsius earlier. I don't know what it is right now. But it can get pretty hot in this room. Because PCs are kicking out a lot of heat and like I'm right next to the... like I'm sitting by the desk and the PC's right next to me under the desk, you know. In the past, back in my old house when I lived with my ex, I used to run air conditioning in the middle of fucking winter, but... in order to stop sound bleeding out of the room so much, I used to stream with the door closed. I used to try and cocoon the room because it was a way of creating less sound in the rest of the house. And in a very small box room with the room closed, sitting in there for many hours at a time, with the PC running, it got hot even in the winter. You know that's. There's plenty of work areas in the UK. There's plenty of office spaces where people are working where they run aircon for the same reason. You know, same with shops and whatnot as well, right? I don't think we need the suppressor anymore. I've got that MK2. Fuck the suppressor. Have I decided if I'm dropping Twitch back to 1080p? I don't think so. Unless I have to, Slider. I hope not.
Sub anniversary.
I don't want to go back, but we'll see. I've been struggling to make things run. We'll see how things go. There you go, Majestic. Thank you very much for the resubscription, and dude. Thank you. So fucking annoying that I just got so hooked in trying to sink the boat. Stupid. I was having fun, that's all that matters. I'm not having fun now. I actually am, believe it or not. I feel very good that the game's running nicely again. I'm quite pleased about that. On the upside, it probably means we won't be doing the quest today, so you don't have to watch me go up and down the coast looking for the fucking thing anymore, the life buoy. What happened to the boat? It sank, David. I went down with my ship like a true captain. I'm like Uncle Albert. My kids are 17 and 14, Jay Lyric. It's not a huge secret. I talk about it here and there. They're both girls, 17 and 14. Right, I'm going to run around the back and see if we can't find a fucking blaze again. I can had 2 already today. Right. I think there's a couple of houses this way that can spawn hunting loot, and then I guess we're going to travel on towards the prison island and actually loot it this time. Oh, hang on, there's a house over... This house can spawn hunting loot. That house there can sometimes have scopes in it and shit. Maybe you should run 2 times 5090s. To be honest, I've been thinking maybe quad 5090s was the way. Quad 5090s probably seems like the bare minimum these days. Hi, Danimal. I'm fucking starving, hungry. I meant to make a coffee when I restarted to try and fix the performance, which has worked. The restart's worked. It's running really well again. Time to shove the first 2 grilled cheese in my mouth from my new sandwich thingy. Well, that sounds good. Grilled cheese sounds lovely. I quite like a cheese toasty, we'd call it. Same similar kind of thing out of a toasty maker. I'm rather partial to like a few slices of tomato in, maybe a little bit of onion, one or the other. Excuse me. Disappointed there's no scope or gun. That's quite rare. There's normally something there.
I fuck your potato.
I fuck your potato. Thank you very much.
$5. Dear streamer, we are sorry to hear that you are having streaming issues. If you drop streaming to Steam, drop us down to 720p 60 and make Twitch the main streaming service again. We will push your stream to more people doom strolling and sleeping kappa.
That sounds legit. Yeah, I'm sure they'll love 720p. They'll love it. Cheers, YouTube. Thank you for the very, very sound advice. I'll be sure not to do it. Got to be careful with tomatoes from a toasty maker. They're as hot as the centre of the earth. Yeah, that's true. With the today for lunch I had the usual chicken thighs. I've started buying larger tomatoes rather than cherry ones because I'm quite liking just having them cut in half and then I stick them in the oven 10 minutes before the chicken's done. But you have to be so careful because after 10 minutes at 200 Celsius they are hot like lava. And I'm hungry, so I get it out the oven. I'm ready to eat, and I normally try to eat the tomatoes first and then the chicken after because I prefer the chicken. Oh my god! You got to be careful. There's been a few occasions where I've had half-eaten, spat-out tomatoes and a slightly burnt mouth. How come I never see anyone use the featured viewer thing on your channel? I don't think anybody use it full stop, said Rams. I never talk about it. That featured viewer thing in the panels below the stream, I didn't even know it was there until the other day. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I understand that creating one's own sub alerts for Amazon Prime is challenging. To this end, I have many years of experience and thus I've developed a YT tutorial series describing how to tell your chosen streamer that their efforts are adequate and are slightly better than conversational interactions with one's
nearest and dearest. Well, that's good to know, Head T-Ball. It is better, Garrett. Yeah, the restart. I think trying to tinker with G-Sync and whatnot had fucked it up while I was playing, so restarting has fixed it. It's running way better. Cheers, Head T-Ball. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was on before, but it was something was going wrong with it. Yeah. Because tomatoes are mostly water. Well, they do get very hot, yeah. Oh my god, I feel so fucking hungry. Thank you very much, Troll $5 tipper, and Head T-Ball, thank you for the bits. It's a fried meal, D. Sean. I don't know what I've got today. It's either lamb or beef from memory, but I can't remember what it is, to be honest. How do you gamble your channel points? You can't, Psychedelic. We only have it if there is a live prediction type thing, you know, like a will Paul survive the next half an hour or whatever. I was going to suggest taking his spark plug. If the player was really there, which it turns out it was Greaves' dad, he'll have had the spark plug on him. So there was no point boating up to it because the spark plug would have been on the player. Like only like 1 in 10, if you're lucky, players are going to be dumb enough to leave the spark plug in the boat while they're up the top. I definitely don't like a cottage cheese toasty. No, nobody likes cottage cheese, even the people that say they like it. Yo, hello. Are you right in the rain? Lee Hayward, thank you very much for the membering. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. God, why am I so fucking hungry? I need to start eating more. Fuck me dead. A cheese toasty is basically a grilled cheese. That's why we're both talking about it, since the dude said about his grilled cheese in the chat, yeah. Noltel, I play Sakal every now and then. I played it when 129 dropped. I'll probably play it when 129 drops to stable, but I play it once in a while. What was the other part of your question? Dinner is not yet. No, it's only 10 to 6, so probably going to wait about half an hour, 40 minutes yet.
Only thing better than a daily TRMZ stream is 2. Hope you're well and got your stream issues ironed out. I didn't notice anything. Love you, bye.
It's running much better now. I was having some issues before I restarted the PC, but it's running clean as you like now. Thank you, by the way, Phil. Cheers for the support, dude. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating to have to stop a stream halfway through, but it was really running like dog shit, so I'm glad I did. It does kind of upset the apple cart with regards to views. It completely cuts the throat of your views for the day, but needs must, you know. I'd rather get things running smoothly. What is different after restarting the PC? Well, I'm not getting all the jitters and stuff that I was getting before Psychedelic. That's what's different. Something had got kind of bugged with my NVIDIA stuff. Like I turned my NVIDIA recording software to be game only, yet it was still showing the symbol when I was on the desktop, which is not possible. It shouldn't be. And then I tried to turn it off, and it was telling me I was turning it on. And anyway, yeah. But yeah, sometimes when you change settings in NVIDIA, it's better to restart for them to take effect properly. Trying to change things about the way that you're running stuff whilst you're gaming is not necessarily a great idea. Yeah, the recording with NVIDIA this year has been all over the place. For most of this year, I've had to record with desktop capture because in-game capture just doesn't work. Matt, I think you're in the wrong decade, dude. Like the 90s, 80s calls, they want their joke back. In the rain, yeah, Shadow Player has been fucky all year for me. All year. Oh, it's nice that it's running smooth again, though. That's kind of pleasing. Smooth gameplay, fresh start. No getting killed on boats for us today, again. Hi, Hooked on Quack. How's it going today? Pretty shit, but it's about to go better. That's why I refuse to give Jensen a dime. If I ever buy Nvidia, it's always used last gen card only. Well, I need this card for streaming how I'm streaming, Rob, so I can't do that, unfortunately. I can see why, though. There's a lot of good value. If you're playing, say, just DayZ, there's a lot of good value in 40 series or 30 series cards. You can get great performance for not much money. You know, you can. I agree. But if you want to stream from a single PC rig, the card I'm using is the very best card to do that. There isn't a card that does it better than this one. So. Anyone put pineapple in their cottage cheese? You can buy cottage cheese with pineapple in the UK. But I tend to cut out the middleman and just not buy any of it at all because it tastes like utter fucking shite. I'd rather eat a pint of whale smeg. Which is basically the same consistency, I would imagine. Make sure you're on source mode, Pete, and that's the best you can do. If I'm running around in forests, then it is going to be a bit grainy, especially on Twitch. Whale Smeg, we can tell you shop at Waitrose. Oh my god. Hungry. Still dying for fish and chips after the other day. I had fish and chips on Sunday. It was good. The batter was great, but the fish was a little bit wet. It wasn't. I don't think it was quite fresh. It was all right. It was fine. It wasn't off or anything. But the actual flakiness of the cod, it was a bit wet somehow. You know, I don't know, but it was still pretty decent. The chip shop I normally go to is closed on a Sunday, so I couldn't go to my regular one. I had to go to a secondary option. Have you tried Pacific salmon yet? If not, make sure you try some on the next visit. Nope, I had great big fuck off crab legs, but I didn't have any salmon. I know I did have some salmon, but it wasn't Pacific salmon, as far as I know. But I had some salmon on like bagels, like smoked salmon. I'm having a Chinese on Friday. I'm getting the kids. I'm having both kids this weekend. Like the bigger one, the older one, has not stayed for a little while, but she's here this weekend, which is the first for a while. So that's going to be kind of cool. But I found out for definite finally. After some rigmarole on the text messages yesterday, where she sent me 8 text messages but didn't actually say anything. Anyway, yeah. So I'm getting the kids and picking up a Chinese and going to my mum's with it. Well, she's only bigger in terms of age, Greaves Dad. She's like skinny as a rake. She's bigger in terms of height. I don't mean bigger in any other way. She's just bigger because she's taller. She's slight as fuck. So yeah, she wouldn't be bothered because she'd know I wouldn't mean anything else. She must have her mum's genes when it comes to her body shape because she's thin as a rake. Hi Harry, you right, dude? What Chinese do you get with the girls? Sophie likes chow mein as her kind of favourite thing, so she gets chow mein, like normally beef chow mein. Maggie really likes Chinese curry sauce, which is not something you get in lots of places, but it's always available in the UK. It's like a bit like a chip shop curry sauce. So Maggie likes. Both kids have chicken balls, like breaded chicken balls, but they have it with curry sauce. Maggie really likes the curry sauce. Then she normally has some fried rice and a couple of chips, and Sophie has the same but with chow mein. My mum normally likes shrimp foo young or shrimp chop suey, depending on how she's feeling. And I normally just have bits of whatever everyone's having. You know, I'd normally just have a couple of chicken balls and a bit of curry sauce and some rice or whatever. I've always been rather fond of pork or chicken, like satay chicken, but normally I just order enough stuff for everyone and I just have a few bits or whatever. Yeah, I don't like sweet and sour sauce with chicken balls at all, D-Sean. We always swap it for curry sauce. It's fucking amazing. I'm not a big fan of sweet and sour. Dreaded crispy beef is the best thing ever. My ex used to really like that. I don't go a bundle on it myself. Clipped and I'll tell him. I don't know what's clipped and you'll tell him. I see. Sweet and sour. Okay, I understand. Yeah, Coach trying to make the same gag. It's always nice when you explain how hungry you are and then move on to start talking about a Chinese takeaway you're having tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, on Friday in 2 days' time. You know, that's really helping with the whole hunger pangs scenario, I must say. I'm doing myself in here, aren't I? Like, fucking torturing myself. So, Newcastle were 3 goals down after the first leg, weren't they? So they're still 3 goals down now. That sucks. What were they down? Weren't they 5-2 down? Oh, it was 1-1 after the... It was Chelsea that were 5-2 down, weren't it? Oh, I hope they get through. That would be so cool. So it's 2-2. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, I hope they get through. Yeah, I was forgetting. It was Chelsea that were 5-2 down against PSG, wasn't it? It would be really cool if they got through. You still play with Sauer and Muller? I played with Muller in December. Sauer took a bit of a break from streaming, but he's back now, so I'm sure there'll be a team up at some point, yeah. Just thinking I ought to check it in case there was a spark plug in it or something like that. What's the best way to learn this game? Watching streams here and there, like while you're working from home or while you're working or whatever. That helped me when I first started. So watch this stream for a start, yeah. But the best way to learn is to play and just learn loot routes, you know, learn your way towards a focal point and do that from each spawn area and gradually learn the game. Rossinier claimed that Chelsea has a ratting in both legs against PSG. Somebody told them how Chelsea is going to play. That's some conspiracy level shit. All is not very well at Chelsea at the moment, is it? All is not very well at a lot of clubs at the moment, in the Premier League that is. You know, like Liverpool are struggling, Chelsea are struggling, Villa are, I don't know, they're doing very well, but they're having a bit of a torrid time performance-wise just now, but in general they're doing well, I guess. United are on the up a little bit, but a lot of clubs are struggling a touch. Just look at Spurs, fuck me dead. Arsenal are clearly doing well, yeah, Arsenal are doing okay. It's a weird situation that several of the teams in the top 5 or 6, Liverpool and Chelsea for example, feel like they're there by default. They're both playing terribly. Liverpool are shocking this season. They've got no business being 5th in the league at the moment. Gun behind the door where you killed the zombie. I'll have a look in a sec, Shad. I didn't see it. What job did you do before? Oh, great. I respawn a lot. Fuck me. I was a regional manager for a confectionery company in retail. Not assistant, regional. Not assistant too, but yeah, I was a regional manager in retail.
Respawn man.
Fuck, that was loud. Holy shit. How many deaths is that today? 4, I think. 4. A lot. 4 in about 4 hours. Oh my god. I really don't want the electro spawn, to be honest, but I'm going to take it, I suppose. I've got to, haven't I? Oh, fuck me dead. You need a quiet stroll in Livonia. I don't know. I'd rather stick an apple core into my urethra. Hooked on Quack, thank you for the 20 months. It's Alt F4 computer off and out the door in 30 seconds or less. That's a good idea, Biggie. Let's do it. Is it worth doing dual streams? Depends on your rig, Bitterheart. If you're using the graphics card I'm using, you shouldn't need to, no. There's been some problems that I've been having lately, and I think it's mostly related to a whole host of shitty NVIDIA drivers through the course of this year. But if I was using this card in a dual stream rig, I'd be having the same problems because it's the graphics driver that's causing it. I believe. But no, if you've got a modern invent if you've got a modern NVIDIA graphics card, like a 30, 40, 50 series card, you can absolutely stream from one PC and do a really good job. Dual PC rigs were a lot more needed before they really worked on NVENC streaming and made it a lot better. There's still some benefits, but it depends on your graphics card, you know. A 5090 can stream to 3 different places at once without any loss of performance because it has 3 NVENC chips in it. So if you've got, say you'd got a 5080 or a 5070, you could go one, like, they'd be great cards, but if you were looking to multi-stream like I'm doing, you'd have 2 choices. You could do it with the card you've got and try. You could upgrade your graphics card to a 5090 to have the 3 chips for streaming, or you could use a dual PC setup to do it. But effectively, the graphics card is allowing you to stream 3 to 3 different places with the one card. It's designed to do it. Yeah, Windows updates have been shitty as well, yeah. I am having absolutely no luck, one and only. I know, it's insane. NVENC, Hadjas, it's NVENC. What's going on here? I will have that. What do you want? You can have it. You've wasted more than I've got. You've wasted more than I've got. Fuck me. I think that was a repeater. I did lose 2 cans of food. Of course I do, psychedelic, but that's a hell of a question. I remember it. Yeah, I remember it happening. It's not something I really want to dwell on right now. Without the quest line, what is the normal goal you should be working towards other than just living? That's really down to you, dude. That's the secret to DayZ, is trying to find the fun in the game on any given day. There is no set goal you should be working on. It's up to you, you know. Like, that's the joy or the problem with DayZ. Effectively, DayZ is a sandbox game, right? So if you take 2 kids that are 5 years old and sit them in a sandbox playpen, right, with a load of little tools and a bit of water that's shushing about the place, you know. One kid could sit there and play and find fun and find little games to play and build sandcastles and maybe channel some water around the place and do whatever and have a crazy great time all afternoon. And the other kid could sit there and do it for 2 minutes and then get bored and need to go and be entertained by their parents or by their mates or whatever. And I'm probably making that sound quite negative on the kid, but all kids are different. Some kids play really well on their own and some kids don't, you know. And some kids play well with an imagination and can sit and entertain themselves, and some kids don't, you know. And it's the same with DayZ. Like, you've got to find ways to find the fun in the game, and it's what's fun for you might not be fun for everyone else. So it's more... I did see that other player, by the way. I'm just not bothering. They didn't really have anything. You've got to find the fun in the game, whatever way's fun for you. So you might want to try and get geared and hold players up, or get geared and try and kill people, or get geared and try and then help someone to achieve something, or team up, or whatever. Maybe you decide that you want to build a base, or you want to start burying a stash, or get a car going, or get NBC loot and try and get the best loot you can from the NBC stuff, or go and find convoys or find a DMR, or on Livonia you can find SVDs on them, or do the bunker on Sakal or Livonia, whatever. But the end goal is really whatever you want it to be. But at some point you're going to get all the gear, and then you've got to try and find the fun in the game however it's fun for you. Some people, that's just trying to kill other fully geared players, and sometimes that's what I like, you know. Sometimes it's fun to get kills. To be honest, sometimes it's nice to try and get gear, you know. I've not managed it really today, but the real secret to DayZ is finding fun in the game in whatever you want to do on the day. Elanga scored again. It sounds like an exciting game. Holy shit. This week's adventures have definitely not been conducive to a Saturday video, dude. There's no footage from this week whatsoever. It's been awful. Been awful. It's been one of the worst weeks of streaming I've had in a long time. It's crazy how it goes though. I've made some stupid choices here and there, I guess. Like that death on the boat was a stupid choice, but in general, it's been a bit like the last 2 deaths. You know, dead on a ladder, dead before I've got a gun. You know, like there's not much you can do about a lot of the deaths. Did you hear the clip of Peanut's take on DayZ? I didn't. Nope. TLDR talk. Tums, thank you for the 51. Hi, friendly chick. Hope you're good. I have a bottle. To be honest, I thought that was on the last life. Yeah, I'm doing good, friendly chick. Yeah, I'm good. I hope you're well, yeah. I'm doing alright. Aside from having a torrid fucking run in the game today, but other than that, I'm doing alright. Exceptional bum coin debt to pay off, eh? M-Lock. I like the look of that one. That's cool, isn't it? I like that one. Gonna keep that one. Do I sub to any other channels? Yeah, I sub to, I don't know, 10 or so DayZ channels, I think, yeah. Are you able to write off subbing to other channels as a business expense? I don't know. I don't do. I probably could. Writing something off doesn't actually give you the money back though, right? All it does is save you the tax. Let's say you like my corporation tax is 25%. Writing it off, you don't write it off, you just save the tax on it, so you save 25% of the cost. No, dude, if you're paying 25% corporation tax, that's on profits. So if you're that's what I just explained. if you pay 25% corporation tax on your profits and you take $10 off because of 2 subs, or £10, let's say, you save £2.50 off your profits. That's what you save. That's the 25% off I just mentioned. So you don't get to write it off. You just save 25% of the cost. That's what I just explained, dude. But I don't sub to many streamers. I'm really not bothered, dude. It's all good. Oi! Have you got your fruit?
Nah, I already ate it.
Oi, what you do? You stand still. Stand still. Can I have
What?
can I have your bandage and I'll give you a free trip to somewhere else? Yeah, very good. You don't want a free trip? Okay. You save VAT as well? No, you don't, Hedges, because I'm not VAT registered. I don't need to be VAT registered, dude, because I don't have anything that's VATable. YouTubers and streamers are effectively on a royalties model. So no, I don't save any VAT. Like YouTube sells, like forget YouTube, Twitch for example, they sell the subscriptions. If you subscribe to my channel, like, you pay Twitch, you don't pay me. I don't sell anything, you know. I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm streaming on YouTube. They sell the adverts and they give me my share. So I don't require a VAT. If I took crazily loads of sponsorships, I might need to have that. But I don't take enough sponsorships to hit the VAT level because I just don't do much with sponsorships. I say no to nearly all of them, right? So no, I'm not VAT registered, don't need to be. Cheers, Tums. Thank you for the 51 months. Thank you. Hooked on Quack. Thank you, too. I've played with Sal Sweet quite a bit over the time, Navi, yeah. So I think I'll be in one or two of his videos. He's in a few of mine. No, Slider Mike, no. If somebody's got Amazon, sorry, not Amazon, if someone's got YouTube Premium, when they're watching, YouTube attributes a little bit of revenue. Never mind whether they download it or not. If you're watching with YouTube Premium, then you get a little bit of revenue as if adverts were playing, yeah. I know, Merlin. People are a bit confused about tax write-off sometimes. You don't get all the money off. I think I am going to go over there. I don't have the ability to fish, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just going to quickly check a couple of boats, because if we could find a fishing rod, that would be cool. What's the immediate goal? To be honest, dude, I'd just like to not die for a couple of hours. I suspect I will fail. I'm trying to get gear. I'd like to get geared and then actually shoot at someone rather than get shot in the back. Or get shot by someone I can't see. I've had one death today, which was completely my fault. But I've had 5 deaths today. It's just been one of those days. Unfortunately, yesterday was one of those days, and the day before, and the day before that. But it's going to change right now. I can't bring myself to pay for YouTube. I managed to reconcile it with myself because I'd got Spotify that I was using only in my car, and I cancelled that and took YouTube Premium. And obviously, if you had Spotify for years and you really want to keep all your playlists and everything, that's another matter, right? But given that you get YouTube's equivalent of Spotify and it plays everything, it seemed easy enough to reconcile with me because I use the music all the time. The kids play God knows what in the car. So it allows me to have a music player in the car that they can then stream whatever they want music-wise for pretty much the same cost as Spotify. And then I don't see any adverts on YouTube. You want to make it out like you earn as little as possible after all those business expenses. I understand 4 cent, but I also like to sleep at night, so I don't worry about certain things. I claim things I should. I've got a company car. I pay the insurance out for that. Like, if it needs any repairs, I pay for it. Like, there are things that I do, but I don't sweat it too much because I don't like spending my whole life looking over my shoulder. I don't know how some people do it, you know. The amount of... I'm not saying everybody does, but the amount of trades guys that I've had over the years that prefer me to pay them in cash so that they can not put it through the books and stuff, you know. I just wouldn't want to live that way personally. And I'm not... fair play to them, you know, great, but I wouldn't want to build a long-running business or career and spend my whole life knowing that I could get audited and fucked at some point, you know. I'd rather not, personally. Turtle, they're both pretty much the same. And that's true, D. Sean, as well. If you're like, when if I was doing that, and that does happen to a lot of self-employed people, they underdeclare, and they've got quite a lot of money swilling around, and then they want to go and apply for a mortgage. You know, we're a bit confused why they can't have one. You know, like, not everyone does that, but like, it's kind of good for me that I did report my own earnings correctly, because I had to buy a house in my own name at very, very short notice when I broke up with my ex, you know, so here I am. Jimmy Carr definitely has a good financial advisor. Oh, I'm sorry, again. It's a fried meal, Zed Rams. No idea what it is till I go to the fridge. What should I do to pay off your bumcoin debt? I wouldn't wait. Just wait a few years. Bumcoin's going to the moon, dude. Donkey Jim, that's not anything I'm ever been aware of. I don't. That's yeah. And I'm a business. I'm what I do. I'm registered as a limited company, so you definitely can be a business as a streamer. Everything I do is done that way. In theory, I would be better off being a sole trader now. I was better off as when I was with my ex. We were both directors, right? So. And that gives you some benefits tax-wise, because you've got like, she didn't work. She used to effectively she was helping me do what I did, so it was legitimate. She gave up her job, and we were both directors in what I do, and that meant that you could get better tax benefits withdrawing the money out with 2 people doing it rather than 1. Now it's just me. I should probably go back to sole trader, but I haven't done, and I just can't be fucked. My Apple is definitely flashing IRL. Piccalilli. How much did regional manager at retail cost? I don't know what you're seeing there. I don't even know what wage was, Captain, but it wasn't great. My wage wasn't great. It was a smidge below whatever the national average wage was at the time I gave it up. But honestly, I don't remember exactly what my wage was now. It was a good while ago. It wasn't very much, though. the title was better than the job. I was only on kind of like shop manager wages, like smallest shop. The thing with retail work is that, like, say you're a store manager, you could be the store manager of a little shop like a newsagent's, and you could maybe earn £24,000 a year. Or you could be the store manager of a great big supermarket like a really big Tesco's, and you could be on £130,000 a year, you know, like... So just being a shop manager, there's a real big difference between one shop and the next. They're not all created equal, you know. Some shops might only turn over 30 or 40 grand a year, whereas some shops are turning over like £3 million a week, you know. Yeah, that sounds about right, Gala Steve. It was probably about 28k, something like that. I honestly don't remember, but it was under 30 anyway. I did take a pay cut to do that job, so I was on more than that when I was at Asda. I was like a floor manager, I guess. But I took a pay cut to not work weekends. Tums, thank you very much for the 51 months, dude. Appreciate it. ZRAMS, I didn't go limited company before I went streaming, no. So, like, most people that, like, certainly with me, most people that start streaming don't expect to make any significant money in it. And then if you're really, really lucky, things start to go fairly well. And that's what happened to me. So I got Twitch partnered in June of 2016. And I'd started to make... I only really started streaming in... April of 2016, which is quite convenient because that's the start of a new financial year in the UK. So I started streaming as a hobby. I'd made absolutely zero. I'd been doing YouTube for nearly a year. Sorry, I'm saying 2016. I mean 2015 here, by the way. 2015. I'd been doing YouTube for nearly a year, and I'd never made anything because my video views were low, and like when you'd... Like, I'd never even got $10 out of YouTube. I think the minimum payout was 100, and my channel hadn't earned that yet, you know. So I started streaming, and I wasn't expecting to make any money out of it, and it went better than I thought it would, you know, which was great. And so, but I was lucky in that I started streaming in April, got Twitch partnered in June, and then it was really easy because that effectively I didn't make any money until that year. I just went and saw an accountant.
From Germany,
you know?
less than 3.
I actually went and saw an accountant. It was kind of like the May of the next year, so 2016, a year later, but you can declare all your numbers and everything, so I just set myself up as a sole trader and paid the tax that I owed, and away I went. Yeah, I got partnered in 3 months, which was really, really cool. But there was some caveats to that. You know, when I first I didn't stream at all till I had 4,000 YouTube subscribers, and I managed to go from 4,000 subscribers in April on YouTube to 8,000 subscribers by June. And I'd started streaming in April with 20 to 25 viewers, and by June I was getting 100 to 120 viewers. You know, because my channel was growing really quite quickly, and I was doing all right. You know, so that was great. So yeah, I think because I'd done YouTube for a while and started a YouTube channel that was snowballing, it allowed my Twitch to grow a lot quicker than normal. I think I got it, didn't I, D. Sean? I was just eating the other food to make space. unless you mean the other one. How long after partner did you quit your day job to go full time? I got partnered in June of 2016. No, I keep getting these fucking dates wrong. Fuck me. I got partnered in June of 2015, and I went full time in May of 2016. Pineapple 50. Thank you very much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Thank you. Yeah, it seems you're having the same trouble, Brutal. Pineapple 50, thank you a lot for the raid. Iruo, thank you for the 7. Cheers for the support too. Is there Revolut behind the bar? Occasionally, yes. Do you think you started at the right time, i.e. there wasn't much competition as there would be today, like loads of streamers? I don't mean any disrespect asking. No, I don't think it makes any difference. I think it's a supply and demand thing. There's a market and there's an audience, and whether you start now or then, it's equally as hard. And I know people like to not believe that, but that's my belief. There's lots of ways to get discovered now that didn't exist when I started. For example, YouTube Shorts. You know, anybody can start a YouTube channel today and make a video titled "Insane 1,000-meter DayZ Snipe," and by tomorrow it could have 1,000 views. You know, you couldn't do that back then. You know, you can grow views, you can grow a channel in a way that wasn't possible back then, which is a benefit. And it was just as hard back then. You know, when I started with my 20 views, I was a long way down the list. Because back then there was Sacriel and Break and Mr. Moon and Kiwo and Jamjar and Blackout and Podado and Loyal Patriot and KD Wolf and countless others. Deadly Slot, Minder was partnered before I'd ever streamed, and so on. There was just as many people to compete with then as there are now. But if you did what I did, which was to spend nearly a year doing YouTube and growing a channel and then start streaming, you got a chance, you know. Lyric used to stream it back then. So yeah, you're right. Lyric did. Syndicate did. Summit was on DayZ loads too. I think there are more streamers now, and people say that the market is saturated, but there's also a lot more people playing DayZ now than there was back then. There are more streamers because there are more viewers. That's basically it. There are more people around. You still have to do something to stand out and grow an audience and spend a long time learning to edit and grow a channel, make videos that nobody sees and learn what you're doing, and everyone still has to do that, you know. Anthony Kongfan would have been around back then. There's plenty of others too. Shrooms was another one back then. Lots and lots of others. Penalty for Barcelona. I hope they miss.
As a streamer, what would you do different now that you didn't do then? Love you. Bye.
I don't know, dude. You learn to stream as you go, so everyone changes as a streamer as time moves on, so you kind of hone what you do. I'm better at talking to chat now, I'm better at random nonsense, and I'm better at waxing lyrical in many ways than I was back then, you know, I guess, but I don't think I'd do anything a great deal differently than I did, you know. Cheers, Donkey Jim. Take it easy, dude. I think for me, learning to edit and focusing on YouTube for an extended period was the right approach. It worked for me for sure, you know, like not streaming until I felt ready to stream made a lot of sense. Every DayZ Pro, thank you very much for the support, by the way. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Oh, fuck me. I thought I... Oh, bollocks. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother. I honestly thought I mouse wheeled over that to turn it into rags, but somehow I fucked it up. I wanted to turn it into a bag. Can't cut that up.
And that's why you're my and many others' favorite 28-year-old streamer.
Savage Potato, thank you for the 25 months. That's really, really kind. Thank you. Alright. There's a lot of hunting scopes. There's no rifles as yet, but yeah, there's hunting scopes in every single one. I'm going to have to... Gorky bars are on me. I'm going to have to cut up some of those rags, I think. I just want to get rope so that I can make a bag of some sort. I can cut this jacket up that I'm holding, and I'll just... If I cut up some of those red ones that I made, because they're just because they're better condition. And then I'll be able to make rope, and I can use that crappy yellow dry bag to make the shitty bag. At least it'll be something to give me a bit of space. It's only half time as well, so it's still in. They're still in it then, I guess. I died on Dear Old Savage. Yeah, thank you very much for the 25 months, dude. Practically ruining my kitchen knife just doing this. I don't think this is going to give me a great deal more space because, but it will take the jacket out of my hands effectively is what it will do. Hi Goose, you're right, dude. Oh, well, go straight to the other houses and find a bag straight away. Any money you like, yeah. Alright. Yeah, fixing the pistol's a good shout. Probably won't make much difference, dude. I won't even have it in my hand when I get shot in the back. Yeah, I've not really got any goals, Savage. I've died 5 times in about 4 hours, so I'm just trying to get some gear and not die. Here's a random question. What's your favourite sandwich? Well, the gluten's a bit of an issue, but I'm rather partial to egg mayo egg mayo with crispy little bacon bits is absolutely fucking glorious. That's quite good. I really like that. For those that are a bit unsure, egg mayo is just egg salad if you're in America, I guess. But another one I like is chicken with some mayonnaise and some sweet corn, and then either little bits of bacon or a little bit of something crispy like lettuce, whatever. They're good too. You can do lettuce wrap sandwich or parmesan crackers. I don't want to do lettuce wrap sandwiches. I'm not eating sandwiches at the moment, am I? You know, I'm like for lunch every day. I'm having 2 chicken thighs and some salad because I'm trying to be healthy. Yeah, I used to have gluten-free pita breads quite a lot, but I haven't had them for a while. I've been on a diet for a year, you know. I'm not having like pita bread. It's just extra calories, you know. I'm having 2 chicken thighs, sometimes 3, and then cherry tomatoes and salad, maybe cherry tomatoes and olives or whatever. But I'm on a diet, right? I think a couple of slices of bread is like 100 or so calories. Not very much. Bread's not bad for you, but it's a good way to increase your protein and reduce your carbs, which is not a bad thing if you're trying to lose weight. What do I put on my thighs? I think he said something a bit dirty. All I put on them is salt and pepper, and it's amazing. I've tried a few other things, but I really like salt and pepper. Just that. Like, I have 4 tons of salt and God knows how many pepper, shitloads, but quite a lot. From the little salt and pepper shaker dealies, right? And that's it. Just make the skin really, really crispy. It's fucking delightful. Dr. Grant, thank you very much for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you. Salt and pepper's here, D. Sean, and we're in effect. Dr. Grant, thank you very, very much, dude. Cheers for the raid. Hope you had a good one. Make your own pita. I promise it won't give you stomach issues. Gluten-free pita bread doesn't give me stomach issues anyway. But like I said, I'm not. We're all trying to solve a solution to a problem I'm not having. I'm not eating any bread. The dude just asked me what my favourite sandwich was, but I'm not eating sandwiches. D. Sean, it's all your fault for being interested in that. My favourite sandwich is this, but I'm not eating sandwiches at the moment. What kind of mic do I use? It's an Audio-Technica AT2020, which is a USB mic. I'm hoping there'll be a blaze over there, with any luck. I thought I got a box of 308. Obviously not. Must have been the previous life. What do you think happens when we die? Oh God, that's a big question. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with I don't know. Let's not steer into religion or anything. If I'm honest, I think in my mind I'm going to go with this. Like this is like, let's not go in any religion or anything, but I'm going to go with this. Back in like the 1600s. From my point of view, there was nothing. And I think in the 2600s, from my point of view, there'll be nothing. That's it. I'm afraid that's where I'm at. But I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, you respawn on the beach with a rag and a road flare. You like using oregano or Italian seasoning? I can see that, Carrie. I ain't gonna. I've had the same chicken for weeks, you know, but I really love it. Just a lot of salt and pepper, and like really make sure you do the chicken so that the skin is like really, really crispy. It's fucking delightful. I really like it. I'm a little bit dismayed we've not found a blaze. Somewhat surprised we've not found a blaze, if I'm honest. Fuck me dead. Every boat gets a cleaning kit, and you get a cleaning kit, and you get a cleaning kit. Fucking opera's been around here. Do you think it would be fun to play as a zombie on DayZ? I don't think so. No, I think it'd be utterly tedious. You don't even have a melee weapon. No, I think it'd be dull. I'm terrible at boxing as it is. Yeah, I do like quality thighs, Acid. I do like quality thighs. I agree with that.
Your commitment is admirable, and come that day when you stand in front of St. Peter's gates, you will be a slither of your former self. St. Peter, however, will have stern words for you, for mentioning egg mayo and bacon bits sandwiches which have caused him to pile the pounds on, and now he needs a dozen clouds to support.
Good luck. I'm sure he'll be alright with it. Hashtag no religion. Cheers, Head T-Ball. Thank you for the support. 25 slots. That's... Oh, no. Yeah, that's extra slots. That's only 20. Cheers for the support, Head T-Ball, dude. Thank you very, very much. Let's take the rope back. No, I can't do it with that. Can I just do it with... I'll do it with my hands, yeah. Who doesn't love some quality thighs? I love them. I love a couple of... Yeah, I love a couple of succulent thighs. Right up in my face. Every day. They make great earmuffs. Dude, they're a bit hot straight out the oven. Oh, that's a good. That's a good. I turned into Mario then for a sec. That's a good. Does your new girlfriend like dirty talk like that? Thankfully, she probably don't hear it round here. Thankfully, PG. I can hear the long distance in your voice. I don't know what you mean, dirty.
TRMZ love.
Thick thighs save lives. They do. Sometimes I have to have extra thighs because one portion is just not enough. You don't want the bigger bag? I don't know. I don't remember seeing a bigger bag. I'm not paying much attention. Oh, it was that. No, I don't want the red dry bag. Red dry bags can kiss my chuddies. I did see it, yeah. There's no such thing as a good influence anymore. I don't entirely agree, Al. People do good things, and I don't really like the term influencer, but I don't entirely agree. There's people out there doing good things. There's I don't really want to blow my own horn here, so I'm going to try and avoid it. But the website Tiltify, for example, tweeted out last December their top 30 creators in terms of like money raising for charity. Right, that's what they do. And there's people on there that have raised hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds. Now, I know it's all their community doing it, but some of those people put some money in themselves and they do good things. There's people doing good shit. But there's also a hell of a lot of dicks. Unfortunately, like anything in life, the loudest get all the attention and mostly most of the money. But in the meantime, there's a whole host of other people just ploughing their own furrows, doing kind of decent enough things, you know, trying to be a decent enough person. There are good ones. There's also a lot of shit ones, you know, like anything else in life. Right, guys, I'm going to go and do my dinner. Rather conveniently, if I do it here, when I log back in, there might be a few more things to loot in the houses. Not a good look trying to toot your own horn. It isn't the best look in the world, dude. No, but I've never actually tried to gaze at myself in the mirror at the time. I've been too busy trying to wonder if I should have a vertebrae or two removed. Right, Jay Chaplin, thank you for the 23 months. Headsy Ball, thank you. D. Sean, thank you for the tier 2 resub. Very, very kind, dude. Thank you. Right, I'm going to go and make a coffee and my dinner and get some more water, and then I'll be back. Won't be long. Right, I'm back. Oh. I ended up with firecracker chicken thighs. So thighs, we were talking about thighs and extra portions. Yeah, that's what I got. I thought it was beef, but I'm having that tomorrow. I've got beef pho tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, Team Funky. It'd be nice if he'd give Rio a go instead of who the fuck am I picking out here? Wait a minute. He's not playing Gakpo. Ekatike. Who's playing on the left then? Oh, Verts will be playing on the left. That's better actually. That is good. Yeah, Verts on the left. Probably Frimpong on the right. Yeah, I think that makes sense. About time. Sorry, dude, I do have to eat. It's one of those things. And yes, my volume is a little bit lower, Alan. See the message Nightbot below. While I'm eating, my mic is further away from my mouth. Slider Mike, I think you're wrong on the likes being 38. I think that's definitely not the case. The viewership is incredibly low though. My YouTube viewership is very, very low today. Teach Nightbot below. The likes for me are 327. It's not, Al, it's just simply that people don't hit the like button when they use YouTube. If you get 10% of your entire audience hitting the like button, you're way above average. Most people just never hit the like button. Most people just watch YouTube videos and then move on with the day. Most people don't use the like button, like just the way it is. Right, I'm going to quickly get this eaten and then we'll get back in the game. So tell us more about your food. Well, it's chicken thigh strips. It's called firecracker chicken. So it's slightly spicy, very slightly sweet and sour flavour, but a little bit on the hotter side, a little bit more sour, like a little bit spicier. With some sticky rice. It's boiled rice, but it's sticky. And then some peppers and a little bit of veg. It's pretty good. It's only relatively small though, because the portions are all pretty small on these, but it's helping me lose weight, you know? Yeah, there's nothing I can do, Wyvern, but because I had to stop the stream for a bug, it can cause some fuckiness because it's then a second stream on the same day. YouTube is really fucky at the moment. There's nothing I can do. Like, if YouTube isn't telling people I'm live, there's nothing I can do about it. I've just got to stream and whoever shows up, you know? But I had to stop the stream because I was getting some issues with the game performance. Right, there we go. That's that done. It doesn't matter though. Right, the mic's back close to my mouth. We'll get back in. We'll give it a try. I still feel hungry. That didn't really touch the sides, but there we go. Cheers, Extra Blix. Thanks for coming in. Double zero. It's going to be good. It's got to be a good day when you get in the double zero. Firecracker chicken, Tommy. Oh, don't do this. It's doing that same bug. Okay, I might have to restart again. This happens every now and then. Fuck me. When I say restart, I just mean the game. What's that screen? A lot of servers run that. It's an NVIDIA inspector. It's something to do with stopping exploits or some shit. I forget, but you just type in the number and then join the server. Do you know how the anti-NVIDIA inspector works? I've no clue. I just type the number in and then get in. I've no clue what it does. People have told me and I forget. It goes in one and out the other. Tandoori chicken. What, fried, Tommy? It is pretty good, the tandoori chicken. I like it. Cheers, Schwar. Take it easy, dude. Right, okay. I am going to quickly... Where's the exit? Where's the goddamn exit, boy? What? I'm sorry, but why would somebody lock that while I was away? It wasn't locked, and now it is. I'm calling bullshit. I'm going to die. This to me screams of somebody watching the stream, unless maybe someone saw me shut the door as I logged out. It's just insane what's going on at the moment. Like, insane. Like, why would that be locked otherwise? Like Penny said, time for a different server. Yeah, I can see it. There's a problem though. Like, well, it'd be a bit better now, but when I was looking at a different server earlier, there really wasn't much options unless I wanted to. If I wanted really lightly modded, it was either this or official.
Desario purchased TRMZ pocket t-shirt, the blue collar, Coach Z special, for $27. Love the merch. Hope I can get more soon.
Dude, you did buy it. Congratulations. You're in a very select band of discerning owners. Someone wanted to drop me a bag of loot. Dude, that bag was on the ground when I logged out. There was nothing in it. Well, I didn't even check, but the red bag didn't have anything in it, far as I know. That bag was there when I logged out. think someone went in there or logged out after you? I seriously doubt it, dude. What are the chances of that? Like, I'd seriously doubt it. The chances of it being a random logout that locked that in the 10 minutes I was away, rather than someone watching the stream and playing a prank, the latter is way more likely than the former. Like just in probability. Like, the chances of it just being a random logout, I'd say more than 1,000 to 1. Yeah, boss man, but over the course of a lifetime playing DayZ, I've probably had that happen twice. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of probability, given that I get stream sniped sometimes most days, versus that's happened twice in the history of me ever playing DayZ, the probability of it being that option is much lower, you know, that's all I'm saying. We're on Scalisti Island, and there is other places to log out, and I just think it's very unlikely to be that. Anyway, let's move on. I'll probably get shot in the water as I swim back. Or now. It's just bollocks. It's just bollocks. Like, you'd have to be really dumb to do that, surely. Actually see them. They were running up the hill away. That chicken was good. Redline, thank you for doing the giveaway.
Redline gifted a TRMZ Adventure Koozie Cooler to the chat. Type. Enter for a chance to win. Ladies
Shotgun.
and sometimes gentlemen, I introduce to you the TRMZ Adventure Koozie. Here's one on me, now go buy thousands of them.
What's an adventure can koozie? Guys, get it while it's hot. Thank you very much, Redline. Cheers for the support. You can only enter the giveaway on Twitch. You do so by typing !enter. Not quite sure what that shotgun shot would have been at, to be honest, but anyway. It was over by this house somewhere, I think. It might have been a secondary player. Maybe somebody's dead, but probably not. It's probably just bait. Let's run towards the beta. They can have what they want, I guess. Bootleg, congratulations on the win. GG, dude. Congrats on the win. What is it, Redline? I don't know if you said already, but what is a can koozie? Is it? What does it do? Ah, okay, so you put it round the can to keep your can cold. Okay, that's kind of cool. Redline doesn't use can koozies. Like, he never drinks direct from the can. He only drinks draft, I think. I have tons of them. Fuck me dead. Is it for when you're trying to slum it, like the rest of us? Oh, he's going to shoot at me the second I get in the water anyway, obviously. Is scope glint still a thing in this game? There's never been scope glint in DayZ standalone, dude. So this game has never had it. It's possible, Elrac. I'm not sure what the first gun was, something fairly weak, but the second gun was a shotgun.
Congratulations. Bootleg 535 redeemed prize, TRMZ Adventure Koozie Can Cooler.
Thank you very much for redeeming. Congrats on the win, dude. Changing the subject, can't help but feel the Prem's PSR rules. It's not the Prem's PSR rules, it's the whole of Europe, Sean. Everyone has to adhere to the same rules. It was Michel Platini that brought it in, so PSR is for everybody. Like, Michel Platini was the advocate for it because he wanted to give PSG a way to compete. And I think it's the way it goes at the moment, but like they had 5 teams in the last 16. Yes, they've done badly, but City lost to Real Madrid and Chelsea lost to PSG. You know, like they're 2 of the best teams in it. PSG won it last year, but I don't think so, dude. 5 teams in the last 16 is an insane thing, but 2 teams losing to Real Madrid and PSG is fairly likely, you know. You've got Newcastle playing Barcelona, likewise. Barcelona are like... There isn't ever been a time where Barcelona weren't likely to beat Newcastle over 2 legs, you know. Well, they're the same. Everyone has to deal with the same thing. Everyone's got the same rules for the whole of Europe, Sean. Like, they have to all spend within the same limits. So they all have to adhere to the same shit. It's 8-3. Holy shit. Man City actually faced charges under Europe for breaking the rules, but they managed to get away with it because by the time they were found guilty, it was too late for them to be reprimanded. Right. What are we after? Pretty much everything. That was really weird. The locked door. It'd be interesting to know, like, because that dude actually shot me. It'd be really interesting for that one, but I don't know. Like locking the door and then, yeah, that's bollocks, isn't it? Did I get a hunting knife? I did not. Riffy Bandit, the swimming man's. Very original, just came up with myself. And you're the first person that's ever said it. Ever. Honest dud. Honest dud? Honest dude. Honest dud dude. Stolly, thank you very much for the support. Thank you. Cheers for the 35 months. C4D Fry, thank you for the 32. Deal with it. Thank you very much for the Prime. J Chaplin, thank you too. Oh my god, this is so slow. Come on. Do I enjoy running solo most of the time or playing with a friend? I like doing both. I haven't arranged a collab this week because I was trying to set up the... I'm doing team-ups with charity donators from December's charity stream. But the 3 people I messaged on Monday, one's doing April the 3rd, one's doing May the 26th, and one's hurt themselves in an accident, is going to let me know when they're able to do it. So, unfortunately, I didn't get one done for this week. So, I'm going to have to send more emails over the weekend and try again next week. Yeah, I think that's more likely than not, Zulu, but I don't know, it's not worth fretting about. No, I didn't die after eating, no. Somebody was, when I logged back in, somebody had locked the door where I logged out, so someone blatantly, in my mind, is almost certainly watching the stream to be doing that. I don't see how else it happened, but anyway. Playing with a friend is great, but a friend with weed is a friend indeed. A friend who'll tease is better. Our thoughts compress, which makes us blessed. It makes for stormy weather. Something like that. Such, I think. Placebo just announced a UK tour. That would be cool. The thing is, I don't know anything about any of their albums after Sleeping with Ghosts. I really, really liked them, but I just stopped listening to music. So after Sleeping with Ghosts, I kind of got... I think they've done some other good stuff since, but I've no idea about the rest. I guess I could find out. They're a brilliant band, though. I'd be quite happy to see them live. They're brilliant. I don't know how good they would be live, but I like the music a lot. Placebo are great. I've not tried everything out. I was going to say, I shouldn't be wet still, I don't think. Was the first album the one with Nancy Boy and whatnot on it then? It must have been. Oh, nice.
What's your opinion on vintage watches? Looking to get a 92 two-tone datejust for my wedding and wanted to see if you had any experience in vintage watch.
Vintage watches in general, Phil, I would normally steer people away from, but a vintage Rolex, like a 1990s Rolex is still pretty bulletproof. I think you'll be fine. Yeah, you need to get it serviced once every now and then, like maybe every 8 years or so, perhaps maybe 10 years. But yeah, that should be pretty bulletproof, dude. So I wouldn't put you off. They're pretty dependable. Two-tone, if you like the look, that's great. But two-tone are a little bit harder to sell. But if you're getting it for a wedding, you're not going to want to sell it, are you? So they'll always hold their value pretty well. They're not making any more from 1992. So whatever you pay for it, it'll likely be worth at the least down the line at some point if you want to sell it. And they are extraordinarily reliable on the whole. So yeah, why not? If you find one you like, have at it. I'd just be mindful of where you buy it from, you know. Make sure you buy it from a reputable dealer. It's worth paying a touch more. Make sure you get one that's got the box and papers, ideally. Don't buy watch only. Make sure it's got the box and the papers. And buy from somewhere reputable. You might pay a smidge more buying it from a dealer, but it's worth it to be sure you're not getting sold a poke, because watches from 1992, if you bought them from other places, you can end up one that's got a dial from a watch from 1998 and a movement from a watch from 1974 and fuck knows what, you know. There's quite a lot of Franken watches around where they just like bob it all together and sell it, and you find out afterwards that you've been fucked. So make sure you buy from somewhere reputable, and it's worth paying a smidge more to do so. What's your favourite watchmaker? You never like Rolex. I think Rolex are one of the best of the mainstream luxury brands. They're great. I don't know what my favourite is. Maybe Vacheron, maybe Patek, but I'm not swimming in that pond particularly, let's say. Phil, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you. I'm just going to quickly come down this way and check that the convoy's here or not. I don't think it is based on the line I just saw, but I want to check it. Yeah, I don't think... Certainly 3 to 5 years you don't need. Rolex actually say 10 years on the modern ones, pretty much, Brit. They give you a 5-year warranty if you buy a new one, so they definitely don't need servicing every 3 to 5 years, because they warranty them for 5 years when you buy them, you know. But yeah, I think a movement from 1992, the movement in that watch was still the same movement as the one that they were selling in 2017, you know. They only fairly recently changed the movements, and they are absolutely fucking bulletproof, so... I think every 8 years, 10 years is fine. Reality is, if it's keeping good time... Oh, a convoy. If it's keeping accurate time, you don't need to service it. If it starts keeping time poorly, then it's time to service it. Marius, having a watch is a bit more than checking the time on your phone. If you don't want one, don't get one, of course. But it's not just that, you know, that... Like, for example, there's plenty of ladies out there that really enjoy wearing bracelets or jewellery and so on, you know, like, they're not doing that for any other reason than aesthetics and enjoyment they get from that, you know. A man can perhaps do the same thing with a watch, you know. I wouldn't get away with some kind of David Beckham style earring or something, I'd look a twat. Holy shit. Whoop. This convoy doesn't appear to have been looted based on what we're finding. But really not getting a lot of joy here. I feel like this is kind of an unlucky convoy. Oh god, that was where I was expecting it to all come up Millhouse, and it fucking didn't. Would you rather buy all used underwear or all used toothbrushes? I tend to just wear your mum's after a night round there, dude. Sorry, I can't stand those questions. I just couldn't resist it. Apologies. I can't stand the would you rather questions. I can't help it. I just can't stand them. Would you rather answer that question or chop your cock off? Where's my meat cleaver? Yeah, coming back to the watch thing, I'll bore you a little bit more. I can't remember who it was that was like checking the time on your watch. I'll bore you a little bit more. Some people are interested in them, right? So there's movements involved, and they're kind of... Watches are kind of obsolete technology in terms of like old style watches that are mechanical. But I'm really interested in the movements and how they work. I find it fascinating, and the fact that you can put one on and the movement in your hand, the movement in your arm, can keep it powered using nothing much more than a spring and some cogs is... I find it kind of amazing, you know. I think that kind of technology is obsolete, but kind of amazing too, you know. And beyond that, it's something you can... There aren't many things you can own that have a degree of permanence, you know. You said about your mobile phone. How many mobile phones do you have over 20 years? How many iPhones or how many whatever Android phones do you have? Some people keep the same phone forever. Some people change every 2 or 3 years. But the phone itself is kind of irrelevant. What matters about your phone is the people that are on it, the pictures and the memories and the messages and what it's much more about what's on it. Right. Whereas over 20 years, the dude that's buying that watch for his wedding, he could wear that every day. He could wear it on his honeymoon. He could wear it when his kids are born. He could wear it when he goes on holiday. He could wear it when his kids start school, when his kids start university. Over the course of 20 years, he could wear that every day. And at the end of the 20 years, he could sell it if he really wanted to and get all of his money back and a little bit more. You're not going to get your money back from your 20 years worth of iPhones. You know, like, you've got all those memories in it and you've taken it on all your holidays and whatever it might be. And at the end of those 20 years, you can still get your money back. Whereas your iPhones are in landfill. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean you should buy one. It's just a way of kind of explaining a bit about them, you know. Yeah, I like the wristwatch revival channel. I don't watch a lot of YouTube stuff, but I do like... That's kind of like ASMR, those ones. I do enjoy those from time to time. And none of what I just said there about watches is me trying to convince anyone to buy one. I couldn't give a shit, you know. People should buy what they're interested in. But it's a little bit of an insight beyond my phone tells the time into why maybe somebody might. And then there's more obvious ones, like people like to flex their wealth and try and show off that they've got whatever, you know. That definitely happens as well. Afro, what you might call mid-price is really... What do you mean by mid-price? Ballpark figure. Stevie, gambling adverts are a pain in the ass, dude. Scott, the stream didn't crash, no, but I was getting some performance issues, so I had to restart to fix them. And it did work, thankfully. More than Citizen, less than Rolex. That's yeah. Tudor is a really good middle ground between the two. Tudor is decent. They're very, very good, but they're still quite a bit of money. But Tudor is good. They use their own movements via Kinesi, which is a company that they own that make the movements. Tudor's pretty decent. Pretty decent to sell if you ever wanted to sell them as well. They're pretty good for that. They do some nice watches. Below that, you've got brands like Oris and Christopher Ward that are decent as well. Longines is good if you want more of a dress watch. But yeah, Tudor is kind of a good entry point. One or two of the tags are pretty good, but not. Some of them are a bit of a ripple. Aren't I going to watch the match? I don't know. We'll see how it goes, dude. I might not see the first half, but I might watch the second half. I'll see. See, Omega are much more closer to Rolex prices nowadays, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. They've got so stratospherically expensive. A lot of them have, but Omega are a little expensive in the market now, as are lots of others as well, like Breitling and others too. I don't talk about my own collection overt, but my favourite watch is easy enough to answer. It's my dad's watch. It says Raymond Veal. I bought it for him. My dad passed away, so my favourite watch are two of the ones that my dad wore. His Raymond Veal, or Well, or whatever you say. It's not that expensive. It's only quartz. And I also lent him a G-Shock for the last year of his life, so that, well, I didn't lend it to him, I gave it to him, that when he passed away I got it back from my mum, you know. So but those would be my favourite watches because they remind me of my dad, you know. Every Christmas, every dad's birthday I wear my dad's watch, you know, so that would be my favourite because it has the most meaning. Yeah, Steve, I think that would be good if you could do that. If you could opt out of those sort of ads because of... Yeah, I think that would be nice. I should, actually. That's not a bad shout. Fixing the mag that I've got with the cleaning kit is not a bad shout because it's just a free use. Oh, that's good, Kit. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Russ, no worries, dude. Thank you. It was a while ago now, 4 years ago, but yeah, wasn't fun. I've heard of Belova, yeah. I've heard of Belova. I think they're based out of New York somewhere, aren't they? But yeah, I've heard of them. I've never seen a great deal of them in the stores, but I've heard of them. Never heard of Caravelle, though. Psychedelic, you can give me updates when it starts if I'm still streaming, yeah, because to be honest, let's say it's all over by... I might carry on streaming, you know. I really hope it's still live, but if it's a close game, 1-0 either way or 2-0 either way, maybe I'll go and watch the second half. But in the unlikely event that Liverpool are 4-0 up at half time, I might not be so bothered, you know. Or hopefully even unless likely Galatasaray are, you know. Do I ever play with my digital vibrance turned up? Nope, I just went in there by habit. I didn't even... I already looted it, but I still just went in there by habit. I don't even know what digital vibrance is, to be honest. You predict Salah will show up for this match? I hope you're right. I predict Wirtz will play well on the as a left forward. I predict VAR will ruin our night. No! PMA, dude, PMA. Okay, fuck it, let's go. I'm going to need some food. Over is owned by Japan's Citizen Watch Company, is it? I guess they're probably still based out of America, but they've been taken over, have they? I don't even know for sure if they were Blaine, but they, as far as I'm aware, they stayed on Scalisti or logged out. Yeah, Gakpo not starting seems better. I'll be interested. I really will be interested to see Wirtz playing on the left because he's played there a lot. And I think Wirtz will be effective on the left, but Slot doesn't seem to want to play him there very much because I think he sold him on playing at Liverpool as a number 10. Ever considered playing Football Manager 26? I don't like modern Football Manager games, dude. They're a bit too complex for my liking. I liked them when they were simpler, you know. When it was a simpler time, when you needed a left-footed player to play on the left and right on the right and so on. I liked Football Manager games back then, but nowadays you play for 3 hours. You've done one fucking game, you know. You're too busy just trying to decide what colour the cleaners should dye their hair, you know. What one of 15 different mop heads should go on each of the mops and fucking God knows what. I just found it a bit dull. Obviously that's not quite true, but you know what I mean. It just got way too much for me. Like, you used to be able to do a season in like 4 hours, and now you do like 2 games and you've spent all evening doing it. I do need some food, please, game. Binary, I normally do that, to be fair. Fair play. I normally hope the English teams go through, unless they're playing Liverpool, you know. I think it's better, really. I know it's sometimes a bit tough. The nice thing about hoping that the English teams get through, and I genuinely do, like, let's say United were in the Champions League tonight, I could hope they go through because I'd rather the English clubs did. But if they get beat, I can laugh about it, you know. So it's like a no-lose scenario, you know. If they get beat, you can laugh about it. But if they don't, you can be like, oh, well, that's all right. That's good. It's good for the coefficient and the amount of clubs getting in next year. Where the fuck are you going? I ain't got time for this shit, Zomboy. Give me some goddamn food, mother trucker. Should we take that? Do away with the helmet. Sorry, do away with the brain hitbox at least, I suppose. I don't think it's a million miles until Eddie Howe starts coming under pressure at Newcastle, you know. I think he's doing a good job. I hope he doesn't, but I don't think it's far away. Obviously, they've been progressing. They won a trophy last season. They qualified for the Champions League, but now they're out of the Champions League. The league placing they're in is going to start looking out of place a little more, you know. Like, I hope it doesn't, because I really think Eddie Howe might well be the next
38?
England manager, you know. But I think pressure is going to start piling on soon. Am I still 38? I'm actually 38 in July, Decadent Pig. 38 in July. Are there any custom maps you refuse to play? I've been having a bit of a break from Namalsk at the moment, but Namalsk is an absolutely wonderful map. It's an amazing map. It's possibly the best of the modded maps, but I've still been having a break from it lately. Oh, bollocks.
Hi Paul, hope you're well. Loving your streams.
Thank you. Cheers, Ryan. Thank you very much for the support. I really, really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. It's only a lot harder to get shot from the hill with all these trees knocking about. Yeah, I've seen a few people over the years, Confucius, with the Love You Buy banner thing. I've seen a few people tweet a few, like, even things like, I just moved into a new house, or I went round my neighbours and they've got this on the top of their door as you leave, and it's a Love You Buy thing. Yeah, a few people have shared those with me over the years. Sporter on the ground there, we don't need that. Serbo Super Shotty. What? I didn't even know that was in the server. That's some kind of modded shotgun. I've never seen that before. What scope goes on there? Oh, fuck off. Yeah, fucking sniper scope it. It makes complete sense. Yeah, I did have a box of slugs and I dropped them, but yeah, I don't need them. Yeah, as ZRAM's just said, you use epoxy to fix the. You can use epoxy to fix the crossbow. I used it while I was in the town. I ain't using it no more. I have my best friend coming to stay for a week. I went and got a bottle of Redbreast 12 to have gonna be nice. Very cool. I say very cool, Dishevelled, but I know he's your best friend and all, but every time he has a glass, you're going to begrudge him of it, surely. Surely you are, right? You're going to be like, oh, of course you want another one, you greedy bastard. Yeah, you think we're going to drink even amounts of this Redbreast I got for us to share, you greedy fucker. You couldn't just say no once, could you? Just like once say, no, I feel alright tonight. Why do you say yes every time, you greedy fucking bastard? Or is that just me? I didn't see you turning up with any fucking alcohol, you cheapskate. It's like back in the day, if you'd go around someone's barbecue, right? Like go around, or there'd always be some dude that turns up with like a £3.99 bottle of fucking cheap Hardy's VR and then drinks all of the champagne or drinks all of the good stuff. Fucker. Speaking of chicken thigh lunches, do you still have my I do have a Weber barbecue. I have it. I didn't use it last summer, obviously, because I was mostly... Well, I didn't have a back garden for a lot of it. It was being landscaped. And they finished doing the back garden in mid-August. And then by the time I'd gone away on holiday with the kids, it was kind of over. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get that out at some point. You know, I don't think I'll be barbecuing my chicken thighs for lunch on there. As much as that is nice, I think it's more of a weekend thing, you know. But yeah, thighs on it would be good. My cousin does it at Christmas, turns up with J2Os and drinks the alcohol others bring. Yeah, that sounds right. Live barbecue stream. Probably not likely. I actually, not that it's related to streaming, but I bought a cheap iPad today that I could probably stream with. I'm not intending to do so, but I could. I say cheap. They're not cheap. It was about £300, but I bought the entry level iPad, and it's coming tomorrow, I think. $299, I think it was. I did absolutely no shopping around. I just bought it from Amazon, so maybe I should have shopped around a bit. But nice, please. Yeah, it's kind of handy for FaceTiming as well, crowd control, which is why I bought it, to be honest. It's good for that. Like, that's why I've only got the standard one. I'm not going to play any games on it or anything. I'll use it for YouTube and maybe occasionally Twitch or whatever, but it's mainly for FaceTiming people in other countries. When I say people, I mean person. I heard steps. Hello? Hello? Maybe I didn't. Don't drop it on your face. Yeah, I did have an iPad years ago and I did exactly that. I dropped it on my face in the bed. You'll have to watch out with that DLSS 5. It'll make me look older. Well, thankfully, so far, I've not managed to have to worry about any digital representations of me, so I think I'm okay. Turns out it wasn't steps, it was E17. Oh, God. That Stay Another Day song's pretty good. I should FaceTime you. I charge for that, Kerry. I charge for that. FaceTiming, it's what fictitious... It's £1,000 a minute. And I keep all my clothes on, and you can only see my feet. The burnt walnut. You should do cameos. No, thank you. I've done a few for nothing. I've actually had someone email me about it a couple of days ago about a birthday message, and I've not got back to the person yet, but I am so strapped for time right now. Like, I've done a few in the past. I just don't feel right charging for stuff like that. So if ever done it, I've just done it for nothing, right? But I am so strapped for time. I'm not even sure I'm going to get to it. We've all seen the face cam. Yeah, it's not worth the money, is it? Cheers, Dishevelled. I seem very smitten. I think I am, yeah. I'll pay you to not show your face anymore. somebody did that, didn't they? Whoa! Oh, it's server restart time. The singed cashew. The mangy cashew sounds pretty good, yeah. Apparently there is another peanut. There's another peanut streaming like that on Twitch. Apparently there's more than one peanut. Obviously burnt peanut and then a secondary peanut. That's good. Are the feet in the sexy office Crocs? Yes, but socks too. Shriveled plum. How do you know, Pinkster? Who have you been talking to? There's a load of copies now. I suppose that makes sense, isn't it? Anything that happens like that, you always get like, I don't know, cover versions. Please don't tell me you say fuck me dead to Laura. Oh, I'm nothing but a gentleman, Garrett. I would never say such a thing. No, I'm the perfect gentleman. I'm practically Lord Fauntleroy. You know that blonde dude that's on Instagram and TikTok explaining to you how to drink a cup of tea and how you should eat a burger with a knife and fork? I'm exactly like him. What? Yeah, of course I am, yeah. I should think there's quite a few options there, Shotgun. Like 24 more? I don't know. No, 25 more before me. Right. Server restart time. Come on then. Let's see if they let me in. Seeing elderly folk eat a burger at McDonald's using a knife and fork does make you chuckle. Honestly, I've never seen it, but it make me smile. I feel like the people doing that are probably just sitting there going, well, let's give them a bit of a show. Come on, Doreen, let's give them a bit of a show. We'll eat with a knife and fork just to make them laugh. That's probably what they're doing. Hi, Luke. You right, dude? Right, let's just run down. It's perfectly safety. Let's run down this way, actually. I've changed my mind. Do you have an LAR mag? Nope, I do not have an LAR mag. I wish I did have, though. I have a FAMAS mag. FAMAS. For an open field. Not true, Garrett. I actually ran back to the trees, and also there's no way from that tree line to the tents that doesn't involve an open field. Well, not entirely true. You could go this way around the edge of the trees and then go up the edge of the trees, thereby staying mostly in trees. But that's what I am doing, so up your bum. They do say imitation is the highest form of flattery and the lowest... flattery, not fattery. No, you didn't say that, I did. And the lowest form of class. I don't know. Imitation does happen, doesn't it? Sometimes not always intentional. Sometimes it just happens, but... I don't know. Who cares? There's plenty of people streaming the game DayZ that have got a logo a bit similar to mine or a name a bit similar to mine, and I ain't even worth fucking copying. I have no discernible talents. But it does happen. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I didn't know they'd made changes to the temple, to be honest, but if it stops people camping it, then good. I'm having a bit of a break. I'm going back to Deer Isle after 129. I had a hammer stash for a couple of weeks and I lost it yesterday. And I just can't be fucked to start again. I feel like the server's going to wipe at some point fairly soon, so I'm just like giving it a break for now. Fuck that handguard. Oh, I suppose I ought to take it. Oh, it's only 5 more slots. I can't be bothered. Let's just go. I'll only fill it full of fucking junk. Was it an SKS or a trumpet in the tent with a mount? It was neither. It was a BK-18. Oh, you cheeky fucker. I was on a date and I asked the girl before she sat down if I can push a stool in. I'm not reading the rest. I'm literally just turning away, brutal. I'm not reading the rest. I know where that's going and I genuinely haven't read the rest and I'm not interested, you disgusting little man. Fuck me dead. No, I think it's time out time. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Cheers, Sessions, by the way. I don't know if I missed your one, but thank you very much for the 22 months. Right. So I am kind of starving to death. I suppose we ought to go to Fuckovka and see if we can get something to eat. How's your run going today? It's going about the same as yesterday. Basically, this week has felt exactly like I'm feeding my cock into a fucking mincing machine and wondering why it's coming out the other side looking like mince. It's gone very badly, but here I am still doing it. Wasn't that Zagorki in the Hunter Hut? It was a map. Will you still stream after the move to San Diego? I'm not moving to San Diego, Deez. I'd like to move to America one day, but my kids are too young for that, dude. I've got kids. So hopefully if things go well, she might move here for a few years, and then maybe I might move to America, but we'll see how it goes. But that would be my ideal scenario. If I could have my ideal scenario, yeah. I wouldn't mind it. I think it would be a really cool adventure to do something like that one day, but while my kids are still at school, I don't feel I can really do that. There's still time, Ducky, or I could just get shot in this town. Please eat something. I've got rope. Moved to America. I was under the impression you didn't like it. Roland, I might make jokes and things, but I've been to America quite a number of times. I like the country. Why wouldn't I? Galatasaray have scored already. Fuck me dead. There's a chicken out there. Yeah, the game started 1-0 to Galatasaray, but when I saw 1-0, I presumed he meant they'd scored again. I fucking hope they haven't. D-Sean, you be careful with that troll mode. You might get band mode activated. Alright, Phil. Cheers for letting us know. Right, I'm going to cook the chicken in here. Oh no, not in here, because it's not the right type of fire. It's going to take too long. I ain't got the patience for that. I thought I had, I don't know, I thought I had a fucking lighter. That's a pain in the arse. Now I've got to go and actually do something. There was pickle in the pub by on the shelf by the well. All right, dude, I'll go and grab it in a sec. Somebody else did say something on the shelf, and I checked the other shelf, but not that clearly in the other room. I'll get the chicken lit. Are we lit? Yep, we're lit. Okay, that can just stay cooking. One of them's going to end up dried if I'm not quick enough, but it takes a while to cook on a single piece of paper. It seems a bit slower, so we should be okay. Fuck me. Fucking dead. Fuck. I probably fucking saw it, I reckon. Probably. I don't think I can eat that type of piccalilli. Right, no, thank you. I'm alarm clock intolerant, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd eat it. Watch me burn the chicken. Here it comes. I'm going to burn the chicken. You can tell it's going to get burnt. Mosing. That's cool. I'm going to leave it. I've got a blaze. I'll stick with the blaze. Right, I was going to run straight back to the house, but there's only one more house left, so we'll just quickly do it. No, no. No. Right, now to collect our burnt chicken. It's going to be lovely. Charcoal chicken. Oh, nice. It's not even burnt. It's cooked to perfection, no less. Can you eat burnt chicken? It makes you sick. I'll probe you good, Alf. And you. Anti-sec, thank you for the prime. Cheers for priming. Slot getting angry on the sidelines, eh? Blimey. What is he just looked at the team sheet and realised that Gakpo's not playing and then had an aneurysm? Someone swapped his name around without his permission. Cheers, anti-sex. Cheers, dude. Thank you. Speaking of noises, is there any truth to the bird sounds indicating a player, or is that just a load of turrets? It's a load of turrets, dude. The only thing that birds do, if you're in a forest and you shoot, within, I think it's 500 metres, the birds stop chirping for about 30 seconds. But the thing about hearing a shot is that you can hear the shot. And beyond that, if someone shoots suppressed, normally you're near enough to hear it suppressed. If you're within, say, 200 metres of it, you'd hear it anyway. But yeah, if the birds completely stop tweeting, that's because something's fired. Liverpool are all over them. Should have had more chances. He's right to go nuts. Yeah. Just realised that these are not going to cool down in that because of that bug. The meat, it doth not cool down. If you've got it in the modded outer jacket, they just maintain the same temperature. It never goes down. It's kind of a weird one, that. Hi Triple Bearer, hope you're good. Thanks for coming in. Oh, when did that get damaged? Fucking bollocks. I just ate a piece of chicken. It's done nothing. Didn't even do nothing. Convoy not too far right. Near the ruined church and whatnot. It's fairly close, yeah, over that way. We'll go there in a minute. I'm just going to come down to this feed shack and get myself a box of blaze rounds first, though. Oh, the health's going up. Of course it's doing that, but I'm surprised it's not got me out of red hunger yet. It is only chicken, but we've had 3 of them. That's more than I had for lunch today.
It's a small bag, that is.
It's a small bag, that is. I should probably give you that one for free. Exactly what Silaside said. If you're having trouble, fuck me dead. I've done that a few times. A few times. Yesterday I talked in a blaze. Now I've talked in some bullets. I'm going to start believing in my own, like, bullshit, you know. It's time to start talking in that Sir Man's hood. Yeah, if you're struggling to place where shots are coming from, you need to give it a little shimmy. It really helps. So, if you hear shots and you're not sure if they're in front or behind, doing that can help. And you can, like, if you do that side to side, it really helps you centralise exactly where they are. Shimmy left to right. If the shots are directly in front and directly behind, it's sometimes hard to tell. So you just turn side on, and at least then you know. Victor Osimhen is struggling with his arm. Well, I don't want him to be permanently injured, but if he'd like to come off right now, that'd be good. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Oh. What's a placebo effect? Binary. Should do an entire stream as the bag lady. Oh, I don't know about that. I think if I tried to, it would actually just be Bertie the Budgie. This bird's got a fly! Did I refill the water bottle? Yes. Talking in the ammo, it's not really a placebo thing, Binary. It's more of a memory from what I often find in there, and the higher chance ones, I kind of hope it'll be there. I do find 308 in that one quite a lot. Yesterday, I talked in a blaze at a particular hunting shack, but likewise, I've found blazes in that same one a few times. So it's more of a me saying it when I believe it's more likely to happen thing, I think. But yeah, I don't think placebo is quite the right word, but I know what you mean. Obviously, I'm not talking it in anyway. It's not like I'm thinking it and then making it appear. Although I can turn the TV channels over just with the power of my mind. Can't really, don't worry. No convoy. The convoy should be here. 'Tis not. 'Tis but the work of a moment. Right, let's go this way. Power of your mind, aka sitting on the remote. Yep. I've not frequented for a while. Do you still have the spaniel doggo? No. The dog is 4 in April, but me and my ex broke up this time last year. And she was the one that chose Toby and did most of the training. It was her dog, so she kept the dog. I can actually manifest loot. My grandmother was Egyptian. She taught me the magic of manifestation. Huh. I wish I could manifest an erection once in a while. It comes with blue pills. Ow, ow, ow. For yourself or someone else. Touche. Goz, what's up? Why are you sighing, Goz? Oh god, my arm is fucking killing me at the moment. Don't need pills, just think happy thoughts. Get yourself a savannah cat. I don't want a savannah cat. I don't want a pet right now. I will get a dog at some point, but I ain't ready yet. Well, I'd like to get a dog at some point, but I'm not ready yet. Too much to do. Too many places to visit. Too many trips in planes and things for stuff. Talks about erections, follows up with arm is killing. I know, it is my left arm though. I ain't very ambidextrous when it comes to things. Liverpool have scored, have they? Yes, Bosley has scored. Get in there. Beautiful. Very good. It's in there. I can fucking see it. Zombies magic. No, I'm right-handed. Oh, that's good news. I'm pleased it's 1-0. Gonna have to get that chicken unless I find some other food. It's been rolled out for offside. If that's one of your jokes, boy who cried wolf, there's trouble. What kind of dog would I get? Honestly, after having a Welsh Springer Spaniel and the amount of hassle, mostly my ex had, but he was a real willful, pain-in-the-ass bastard dog. As much as I loved him, by the way, but he was a nightmare. So, if I was to get another dog, I'd be picking something that was much easier to train, which would be either just like a mixed breed from a rescue, or maybe something like a Labrador or a Golden Retriever, something easy. I'd quite like a Labrador. I think that would be cool. Or a Retriever, like I say, but... Spaniels are a bit of a pain in the ass. Spaniels are not... Well, certainly Welsh Springers anyway. They're just not very food orientated. So... what that thing is, that bird that's fucking around like 300 meters away is much higher value than the chicken you've got in your pocket to try and feed it. Whereas Labradors are like, gib chimping, gib chimping, gib chip, and they'll stay and they'll treat. And not always, but most of the time, they're much more food orientated. Like Labradors and Retrievers and stuff, they have like bordering on like Prada Willy type thing, which is where they'll just like, if you put food in front of them, they'll eat it. And if you put more food in front of them, they'll eat it. And they'll keep eating until they can't fucking eat no more. Like their stomach's practically bursting. Whereas certainly Toby was very much like, well, you've got really nice food, but that thing looks exciting. I'll see you in 6 months, you know. Like it was a fucking nightmare. I'm not familiar with who Gary Delaney is, to be honest, Binary. Don't I miss Toby sometimes? To be honest, Garrett, with the amount of things that happened last year, it's probably he's probably the last thing on my mind. As I missed him when I first moved out. Yeah, I was crestfallen the night I moved out, like saying goodbye to the dog, but not really now. No, like it was so much of a big year. There was a lot more going on. You know, he was just part of it. Steve, you've just said exactly the same thing. Yeah, you've just said exactly the same thing about black labs and eat until they burst. Reese, thank you again for the support, dude. Reese, thank you for the resub. Fucking hell, Zulu, you got like horse dogs. A Rottweiler. The Rottweiler's the smallest one, isn't it? A Doggo Argentina, 2 Cane Corsos and a Rottweiler. Fuck me dead. I wouldn't want to walk all of them at the same time. Right. Very nice, Si. I think I would like to get a dog again at some point. I do loads of walking. It'd be good to be able to do the walking I'm doing with the dog, like, but I'm just not going to do it right now. Like, we've said this quite a bit, but like I'm going to San Diego in November. I'm hoping to be going to the Portland area in the summer, you know, in July-ish. There might be a DayZ event in June. There might be, there might not be. I don't know. There was one last year. There was one the year before, but I don't know if there's one this year or not yet. I just don't know. But I don't really need that. Like, my mum's 75 and she's not that keen on dogs, so I don't really want to get a dog and then in the first year that I have it, it's going into fucking like kennels for 5-6 weeks out of the first 30 weeks I've owned it. It just seems a bit stupid. It's been surprisingly calm. Haven't heard any shots in a while. John, I guess speak of the devil and it shall appear, because literally we just had the shots. Well, the others were in Cheshire, KN, yeah. So the last 2 were in Prague. I don't know if there's one this year or not. I really don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. There's been one last year and the year before. I think he just means in England or in the UK, Zulu. It's no drama. You're fine. Zeke, hopefully in the summer, yeah. Oh, come on. I just want to get to the shots, please. No, I'm not going back for the plane. I don't have the key. Go, go, go. Quite sure where those shots were. I don't think they're in Novi. They could be in Novi, but I'm going to assume they're in Novi Sobor based on the angle. It felt like they were a little bit to the left, a little bit south, but now I'm not so sure. With the way that the server is, this server's got extra trees and whatnot in, it's going to be really hard to actually snipe into the town because it's all overgrown and we ain't going to be able to see very much, I suspect. Yeah, I didn't see what you said, Zeke, but Unfortunately, dude, we don't do politics because it's just too divisive. Did I like Prague? Prague is an absolutely beautiful city. Yeah, I really liked it. I really, really liked it. We didn't get to do loads of touristy things, but I saw some stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful. And the cost of beer is out of this world compared to most big cities in Europe, you know? Like, Prague for the Czech Republic is quite expensive for beer, but for the rest of Europe, it's cheap as fucking shit, you know? It's cheap as chips. Oh, Yates, honestly, I don't know what to say with regards to advice, but for me personally, this is not advice you might want, but the question was any advice for dealing with my missus of 6 years for cheating on me. I'm struggling to process it. My advice is leave her. And I know that's harsh, and I don't know your scenario, but if it were me, once a cheat, always a cheat. Like, if I'm honest, that would be my advice. I know that's really, really bluntly put, and it's going to be really harsh, but that's what I would do. And then work on yourself, and in 6 months or a year, you hopefully can be having all sorts of feelings with somebody else and feeling a lot more confident about it as well. Sorry you're going through it, by the way, dude. It sucks. I hope you've got other people you can spend some time with. See, that really is political, dude. If you don't think it is, fine, but it is political. I feel like the shots were here. Oh, then maybe their shots are more from over towards Starry Tents then? Anthony, you know, with different chat, YouTube chat. Never mind that, we also don't talk about gun laws and such like in the chat as well. That's another particular subject that we don't cover, by the way, dude. So yeah, same thing for that too. Sounds like a pretty big boy gun, that one. It sounds like it's around the back of the tents. The shots are way much further away than I thought. I may be running to my death right now. I may well be, but I'm going to try and get across. I think the shots are somewhere around the back of Starry Tents. So I'm gonna. This is really, really risky, but I'm kind of in TRMZ fuck it time. I'm going to try and get across to the trees and look down on where the shots are coming from, see if I can see them. There might be a convoy at the top of the hill. No doubt I'll start getting shot at as I get halfway across. That's pretty much a guarantee, isn't it? There was a lot of shots though. There should be whoever won the fight, assuming they've won it, they should still be looting. You'd have thought they should still be around. Convoy is there. I could end up running past somebody in one of these bushes here. Like, if somebody died, they'll likely carry the loot into one of the bushes near to where I am now and loot the body. So I'd expect a loot pile or a player looting the loot pile to be nearby. Just said. Oh, this is so fucking risky, but so what? C'est la vie. If I run up to someone close now, I'm fucked, but we'll see. Where the fuck are all those shots can't have been just at those few Zeds. It can't have been. I heard something. It's a fucking fox. Where the fucking hell are those guys? There were so many shots. I've not looked into the town very thoroughly yet, but... a running zombie there. I think it's just a running zombie. Yeah, it is. Thought it might have been aggroed. It's not even aggroed. Oh, there has to be somebody here. Maybe not. When I first aimed, my gun didn't fucking shoot. That's insane. I aimed and I fired and nothing happened. I aimed and I pressed left trigger and there was no shot at all. Fuck me dead. Fucking hell was he now? Oh, there he is. Really didn't have many bullets. Fuck me dead. I'm lucky he had fuck all. Liverpool have got a penalty, have they? Come on. I know this is a bad thing to say ahead of a penalty, but I'm never entirely confident in Salah as a penalty taker. As good as Salah is, I'm never entirely confident. I don't know why. Yeah, this is not the dude from the fight before. Not at all. I agree. He's damaged that. I fucking fixed it once already, you dick. There is a chance that whoever looted the convoy went on towards Cabanino, maybe, whatever, but they might be coming back, mightn't they? They might come back for another look now. They might have been halfway to Cab or something like that. They could be on the way back for a little look, see who's what, see who's doing the shooting. Salah missed. I did kind of talk that in, didn't I? I'm not surprised though. Like I said before, I'm never that confident about Salah and penalties. I don't think he's the best penalty taker in the world. I honestly never really feel entirely confident. Salah's absolutely been world class. Liverpool's best player the last 8 years, possibly ever. But well, in the Premier League era, it's him closely behind Steven Gerrard, maybe. But as a penalty taker, some you like, he's definitely got this. I never feel that way with Salah. Must be about half time, isn't it? We need some food fairly soon. Hi dear, hope you're good. Dear ate my corn. I'd like some corn, I'm hungry. Where the fuck are all the dudes? That guy, like, being behind me was kind of, like, nothing. Like, he had no gear. Like, he was nobody, right? But where's the loot? Where's the goddamn loot, boy? Look in the trees. I'm told there's birds with cheeseburgers. Oh, I'd love a cheeseburger. Gib. Raptor, cheers for the very long resub. MTK, thank you very much too. Renjan, thank you for the bits. Cheers too. Thought I saw something moving the... I didn't. Do you know what? I'm just going to keep the thing. I don't want to fuck around. I don't want to bother with it. A double barrel would actually be quite useful, but I don't want to fuck around. I ain't got time for this shit. Matt Letitia never missed a competitive penalty, did he? He was brilliant. Michael, that announcement completely passed me by as well. I like that as an answer, though. You missed a lot, Simon. Paul announced he's actually dating a man from the US, not a woman. What's a man's name that sounds like Laura? Lauren. Yeah, she's actually a he, and he's called Lauren. French. Larry. Yeah, Lauren is closer. I think that's good. Yeah, Lauren. Laurent. I could actually take it now, but anyway. Ray, I'm probably going to watch the second half. I kind of wanted to carry on streaming, and so I did, but I'll probably watch the second half. I think I just saw the back of a zombie's head there. I can see another zombie head there. That means somebody's there because I'm too far away to cause those to spawn in. Okay, I'm going to go around this way and go down the valley. I think somebody's at VMC. Letitia scored 47 out of 48. I thought he never missed one. Interesting. Sorry, Kitty, your message got done for capitals. I don't know what it said, but too many caps spoils the Nightbot. What does VMC mean? A lot of people say Vybor Military Camp. I think it actually stands for Vereznik Military Camp, because that hill is called Vereznik Hill. So that's the name as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't really matter. It can be Vybor Military Camp. It doesn't really matter. But the hill's called Vereznik, so I think it's Vereznik Milli Base or Vereznik Milli Camp, VMC. Not actually in the base, it's to the right somewhere. I don't even think it was in the trees. I think it was more to the... It sounded like it was either in the ravine or it was possibly in the trees on the far side. think it was over there somewhere, I think. That was more than a single shot, dude. That was a couple of shots close together. That was a few shots, like a burst from a gun, like a spray. So it to me, it sounded like somebody was prone in a bush and someone ran up to him and they shot him or something like that. It had that kind of feel to it. It was just like a quick spray to finish someone off. Could be something else, but that's what it sounded like to me. Shots ain't many for a fucking pistol. Sorry, for an MP5. Do we have an ETA on the new desert map? The DLC, the Badlands DLC, has not got a release date yet, no. I don't get it. I am sure that the shots were to the right of the base. Fairly risky just running around the outside of the tree line, but I don't know what's best really. Zombie's not aggroed. I think it is. I'm gonna go starving soon. I haven't got very long till I need food. If it was down here, which is what I think it was, I don't think the players will still be there. I think they'll have gone on, won't they? Even if they killed the player, they might be done looting by now, you'd have thought. They were possibly leaving VMC or possibly running towards it. It's hard to know, but if they were leaving it, they're gone. Is numb as fuck. No, I don't think so. I don't think we're... I'm going to get round just the corner here and just check down the valley a touch more, or the ravine, whatever. The reason I was taking a chance on staying just outside the tree line is fairly simple though. I heard what sounded like a burst of shots and I was concerned that I was going to run up on a prone player looting. And when you're close to a prone player you don't see them until you're on them, so they'll often hear you before you can see them. And so staying just on the outside of the tree line negates the chance for me to run up on a player that can just pop me easily. On top of that, I was mostly duking around and staying very mobile, so even if somebody did see me, unless they're very close, I'm a hard shot, so It was more of a percentage play kind of thing to try and not end up stepping on the toes of somebody with an assault rifle. Because if they're prone in fairly long grass, I can't see them until I'm on them. And that's not a bad strat, except for the time when someone sees you from 200 metres away and lands the first hit and then you're uncon in an open field. Then it feels like a really bad strat. Honestly, I thought we'd see a dead body as we ran through this. I really did. That deer's aggroed. Something sent that deer running, hasn't it? Second half's underway already. Holy shit. Right, I'm going to watch the second half then. Right, sorry guys, couldn't find him. Raptor Rod, thanks again. MTK Live, thanks again. That's it for me, guys. Kind of slightly better last life than the first 5. Surely tomorrow's got to go better, right? Surely. Right, I'm going to go and watch the rest of the football. I might take a paracetamol as well. I don't know what I've done to my arm, but it's fucking killing me. Good luck for the rest of the day, guys. Hope you all have a good rest of the day, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow for the last stream of the week, and then after that I'm back Monday. Next week will be Monday to